Today on Hardwired Review, I'm going to be seeing how low the price can go on all-in-one liquid coolers before we see a huge decline in overall quality. The product in question that I'm going to be taking a look at is the AIO Cooling Frostflow 240, which is a 248mm AIO liquid cooler that goes for $55 on Amazon right now. And we're going to be seeing if, it delivers on what it's supposed to in terms of cooling and how the build quality is, and if this is an actual recommended buy for you guys. First off, let's look at the build quality of this product to see if there's any visible defects or problems before we get into the unseen cooling performance. The Frostflow 240 comes with two PWM fans that feature a max speed of 1800 RPM and have a sound level of 35.2 dBA at max speed. So I think it's safe to say they aren't the quietest. After some use, the quality of these fans seems to be adequate for the price, although they do feature some LEDs that cannot be turned off, so I know everyone won't be a fan. Get it? Still, for the price point that this AIO is sold at, you can just go out and buy two higher quality fans that are a lot quieter, and they also don't feature LEDs if that's not your thing. I'll be doing a sound test of these fans at max speed later in this video, so if you're interested, definitely stay tuned for that. Onto the Radiator and the Pump. Both seem to be made very well, and in a similar fashion to the fans, everything is all white. What's most important when it comes to the build quality of AIOs is most certainly the integrity of the hose connections to both the pump and the radiator. If I were you, I wouldn't strain these too much in terms of, positioning your radiator far away from the actual pump in your case. It's just not a good idea to put that much faith and strain on something that's so cheap that has liquid in it around your PC components. Overall, the build quality seems to be fine for what this AIO is and for how cheap you're buying it. My only sentiment is I wish the LEDs on the fans and the pump could be turned off, but you get what you get for the price. Onto the feature set of the Frostflow 240, it's an AIO, so it has features that most AIOs would, including the ability to support both Intel and AMD chipsets using included brackets. But it does have some accessories you wouldn't expect from a bare bones product like this. It comes equipped with thermal paste for those who don't already have some, and also includes a fan splitter, so both fans only need to take up one header. That means the whole Frostflow AIO only takes up two fan headers on your motherboard, so for those who are pinched on fan connectors, you shouldn't have a problem. My overall thoughts on the included accessories, build quality, and feature set is this. Although it seems like I've been really harsh and that I don't really like this product too much, I'm actually very impressed with what AIO Cooling was able to pack in to a cheap product like this. All these outward window dressings, though, shouldn't take away from the actual purpose of this product, and that's to cool your processor. Thankfully, it actually does a pretty good job at cooling, and the temps are very impressive both in gaming and during the CPU stress test. At idle, my CPU temp was around 29 degrees Celsius. In gaming, it hovered between 35 and 37, and in the stress test, it shot up to around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. Comparing this to my EK 240mm cooler, you can see how the temps are slightly cooler, but there's really not that much of a difference considering that this goes for $80 while the AIO Cooling cooler that I'm reviewing only goes for $55. As you saw, beside each temperature scenario, there is also a relative fan noise in decibels. I have to say the only time this AIO was actually super loud and obnoxious was when I had it top mounted. I had the radiator above the pump, and that caused a lot of bubbles in the pump and the tubes in the radiator, so it caused a lot of extra noise. I have since moved it to a side-mounted configuration, which has completely taken care of those problems. This could have just been an issue with my particular product, so I'm not discouraging you for if you get this to try a top-mounted configuration if that's something you're going for. Just keep in mind that that was a problem I had. To wrap things up, for me the Frostflow 240 marks every box on my checklist. The $55 price tag, decent build quality, and exceptional cooling make this a great budget option for those looking for an inexpensive AIO. AIO Cooling really surprised me with what they were able to pack into such a mediocre looking product such as this, and I don't think you're going to find anything better in terms of an AIO liquid cooler on Amazon for the price. Alright everybody, that's it for this video. If you do want to check out the AIO Cooling Frostflow 240, it will be linked in the description down below. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.